Good morning, everyone. Good evening, and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. Guys, it's windy. We are hoping that we are not going to be affected by the sound. Anyhow, this is Denzomos, and you are welcome to the channel of Truth, Enlightenment, Freedom, and the channel of Breaking Empaths Free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. Today I'm going to talk about the reason why your life has been very difficult. The most difficult per se. So this is the video for the black sheep. Now, as a black sheep, you look around you and you will see that your life has been moving different. You already know that you're different anyway, but you will still confirm that your life has been hard. So you wasn't listened to, you was ignored, you was rejected. You know, they locked you out of the house. Maybe they sent you away from home at some point in your life. You didn't receive those birthday presents. And the list can go on and on and on and on. Now, one of the most important things you will ever understand on this journey as a black sheep is that nothing is personal, okay? The entire thing is not personal. The moment you understand that, that is when you are going to get clarity, okay? So basically, your life will never be the same because now you understand what is going on around you. Black sheep of the family, like I've always told you, you're the chosen one, okay? You're the curse breaker. You're the one who is here to put an end and break generational cycles, things that have been bothering your family forever, things that your family and your ancestors had to go through for decades. So you've been chosen to bring an end to these cycles, put a stop to this, okay? Now, when you're talking about breaking generational cycles, it's not a walk in the park, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a walk in the park, okay? Even if I'm walking in the park, but it's not a walk in the park. You're going to have to do things that are taboo. You're going to have to walk a journey that none of your family members have ever even attempted to walk. It's going to be the most difficult journey. And the reason of this all is because you're wearing the crown. A curse breaker, you're wearing the crown. So, in other words, you've been anointed, okay? You've been anointed to carry out this assignment because it's a very powerful spiritual assignment. There is codes that you're going to break that so many people in your entire family probably have attempted to break and they couldn't, or they have not even attempted at all. So which is the reason as to why they have just kept on like continuing on and on for decades. The cycles that you're trying to break, there is forces that don't want you to do this. They don't want you to break this. You're trying to break cycles, but there is forces that don't want you to break these cycles. Okay, so these are things that are supposed to continue. Okay, so the family that you've seen, your family that you've seen going in circles, eating from foot to mouth. Probably none of them ever built a house. Probably some of them had to struggle with various illnesses or diseases or sicknesses. Maybe some of them would struggle to maybe get pregnant or give birth. Those are the things that have been affecting the entire generation for years. Now, you being a chosen one to intercept these powerful cycles, you're going to be met with resistance. So these forces will make your life very difficult, okay? Because remember, when I'm talking about forces, I'm talking about the entities, I'm talking about those forces that have been working with family members because you have already been identified as the chosen one. Actually, you have been identified as the chosen one from day one. Not only did they identify you as the chosen one, they also knew what it is you're here to do. Okay? So by you putting an end to these kind of cycles means that actually those things will not be repeated in the future generations to come. So you are the one who is going to cleanse the entire bloodline for your family. Now, I've got a question many times, and people ask me that, how do you break these cycles when you're not part of the unit, okay? The mere fact that you have been born into those families, that means that actually you also carry that family's DNA. You may be different on a very spiritual level, yes, you are different. You have never fitted in and everything. But at the same time, you still carry their DNA. But the problem is, when you continue to be a part of the system, everything that you do, everything that you say, every move that you try to make is going to be blocked because you are very close to the problem. When you walk away from the problem, you extract yourself out of the unit. You are now the one who is going to go out there. So you will be doing the healing work on your own, okay? So that is why normally you're going to be disowned by the entire system, the entire family system. They will disown you. They'll abandon you. They will isolate you because they don't want anything to do with you. Okay, it's like you're breaking these codes, and everybody can feel this in their bones that something is not normal. Okay, they're used to the normal, which has always been dysfunctional anyway, but now they're starting to feel it, that there is something going on, and they can barely understand what is happening. That is because there are some codes you're trying to break in the spiritual realm. So this makes it very difficult for your life. Most of the times, you will struggle because these people, these entities, they can already see your destiny. Okay, is the reason as to why most of the times your parents have refused to do certain things for you. Okay, they have isolated you and refused to do certain things for you. They never wanted you to reach your goals, or they never wanted you to achieve some things in life. So that's why they have always been dragging you backwards. It would feel as if you could move a step forward, and then you could go like probably 3 steps or 4 steps backwards. And this has been happening in front of everybody's eyes. They have been seeing this, even if they couldn't understand what exactly was happening, but they have been seeing this because they have been a part of you in the system. So your journey has always been difficult because they never really wanted you to, first of all, to figure out what the problem was, even if you have already been seeing it from day one. Since you was a kid, you have already been seeing these things happening. Sometimes you've talked about them. Sometimes you've explained some stuff and nobody wanted to listen to you. That is because you was uncovering very dangerous cycles in the entire family system. So that is what makes it very difficult because of you, the black sheep of the family, the chosen one, the anointed kid, these things, patterns, cycles cannot carry on in that family just because of your presence. So in other words, you're a threat. Everything that the family goes through, whether it is sicknesses, whether it is diseases, whether it is a lot of stuff that has been going on in that family, that weight is going to be actually thrown onto you. All the family insecurities, problems, and stuff they have been going through, it has always been projected towards you. So that's why you actually felt like all the weight has been on your head and you couldn't understand what was going on. So when we're talking about the black sheep, we're talking about that kid who is the sacrificial lamb. Okay, when you're a sacrificial lamb, then you also understand there is a weight that you're going to carry on your head, on your life, on behalf of other family members in the unit. Okay, so this whole thing I've told you is not personal, because when you're talking about spiritual matters, we're not talking about things that manifest on the 3D that everybody can understand. So that's why it has always been very difficult for you to live a normal life. You have been struggling with everything. Sometimes you've been homeless, you've been on the streets, you couldn't finish your school somewhere somehow, you couldn't get your driver's license, you couldn't finish your education. A lot of times you was in and out of hospitals. Even sometimes there are some case scenarios whereby you have actually been faced with near-death experience. There are some things that have even happened that you could even have thought would take your life. That is because there was a very strong, energetic force fighting with you, even that you couldn't see this. These were spiritual things that were happening behind the scenes. They were fighting against you so that they could take you out. Okay, that was the whole intention of this warfare that you've been fighting ever since day one. So if you're black sheep, you don't really have to. Don't try to what do they call it? Don't try to take this whole thing personal, the experience personal. Don't try to take it personal. You've been fighting warfare behind the scenes. Now, before awakening was different, because now, in that moment, you couldn't understand what you was fighting in the first place. You could see your father against you, your mother against you, your siblings against you. Sometimes you went to class, you continue being scapegoated everywhere that you went. That is because this was a continuation of these attacks that was upon your life. But you see, post-awakening, you fight better, because now you can understand where are these attacks coming from, who is doing what, and why are they doing this. So because now you have got a general awareness of the events that have been occurring in your life, okay? You have got a general awareness. So now you can fight better, because you can actually protect yourself better, okay? So that's the reason as to why your life has been the most difficult in the family. That is because you are the chosen one. You have been chosen to walk a path that nobody ever walked in the entire system. You have been chosen to do things that nobody ever did in the entire system, okay? You have been chosen to break a generational curse permanently for good. The more you heal, the more you work on yourself, the more you elevate, you're also going to break some codes in the spiritual realm. You may sometimes start to see a lot of improvement within your family members, because you have now spread this awareness, and there is things that you're talking about that they actually never knew before. So sometimes you may see a little bit of micro changes within your family members. They may start to choose going different directions because they understand what the problem has been. That is the reason as to why your life has always been the most difficult. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.